Good morning. It's the first day of the Queer Lit Readathon. I've already done my weekly video. It's uploaded. It is captioning itself so I can fix the captions later. We actually are now leaving the house for just over a month because we're going to go pet sit further up island, which means that I haven't read a single thing yet, but I'm excited to maybe read something in the car if I can manage it, either an audiobook or I will read something on my phone probably, and then I have physical copies of some things that I'm listening to as audiobooks, so maybe I'll do that weird thing where you listen and you read at the same time. Who knows? But I am excited. It's just weird that I haven't read anything for this readathon yet, because, you know, I like to start at midnight, but because we won't see our roommates until next year, we were all hanging out last night and playing Cards Against Humanity and drinking and just being excited about life together. So, I haven't read anything, but I'm gonna. Nacho has gotten a wee bit frosty. So there's a couple of different apps through the library to get audiobooks, and this is the app that I don't usually use. And it doesn't automatically download the audiobook when you take it out of the library. So I was like, I'm just gonna listen to my audiobook on this trip. And then I couldn't because it wasn't downloaded because Hoopla doesn't do that automatically, and that's annoying. So we're stopped at a gas station and I'm stealing Wi-Fi so I can download this audiobook and listen to it. Instead of listening, because I couldn't, I read the introduction to Love After the End, which is the Two-Spirit and Indigenous Queer anthology that I'm reading this week, which also has to go back to the library in like 4 days, so it is priority because I need to finish it sooner rather than later. But for the purposes of driving, I find it really difficult to read while the radio is playing, which it has to play, otherwise Chad will fall asleep while driving, and nobody wants that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to this book and reading it, because that's not a thing I usually do, because I don't usually have both of them, but might as well give it a try. Good morning, it's day 2. I finished This Book Is Gay yesterday. I read a couple of the stories in Love After the End, very much enjoying it. Also read a little bit of Check Please on my computer. Really glad we decided to travel yesterday, because last night we got some snow. Just a little bit of snow. Very pretty, but I'm very glad I'm inside. Now that my brain is a little bit more awake, I should probably talk about my reading experience of This Book Is Gay. It's basically an instruction manual. It's if you're just realizing you're queer, or you have somebody in your life who's queer and you just want to know more about it, it's basically what it is. And the weird thing about my reading of it is I did the dual thing where you listen to the audiobook and you read the book. However, there are multiple versions of this book, and I was physically reading a different version than the audiobook, so every once in a while it would be different statistics or just updated things or just slightly different wording, which was a little bit jarring every once in a while, but just also kind of fascinating. I think my plan for today is to finish Love After the End, probably read Soul Circuit because it's my novella, and also a little bit of Check Please because I love Check Please, and then see where we go from there. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I guess I should update you. Yesterday I finished Love After the End and I started Soul Circuit, which is my novella, and it's kind of not steampunk, cyberpunk is the one that it is. That one I'm enjoying so far. It is about this woman who has this enhancement in her head that she didn't ask for. She was basically a science experiment, and something inside of it is starting to break down, which is proving deadly towards her, so she's got a doctor working on her to try to figure out how to make it better, but she's also trying to run her empire in Koreatown in Pasadena, and I'm very much enjoying it. It's pretty action-packed and entertaining, and I look forward to finishing it today. I was hoping to like read it all last night, but I didn't get it finished, so it just happens. Also, I'm looking forward to reading some more Check Please. I have no idea how much longer it is. I have no idea how long the webcomic is. I have no idea if it's more than the 2 volumes that exist. But I'm gonna read it all because I really love it. It's really adorable. If you've never read it before, it's just super adorable. You can find it online. Just go read it immediately. So I'm about halfway through Soul Circuit, and it's kind of frustrating because I can't figure out exactly how many pages it is because it's not listed anywhere on the internet, and of course when you're reading it on a digital format, it doesn't give you an accurate page number, so I'm thinking it might be a little bit longer than a novella, but I'm gonna count it anyway. I also started listening to Where We Go From Here, which is the group read, and I'm very much enjoying it so far. I really like to see the inner lives of these 3 different guys and just how they interact, and their backstories are really fascinating so far. I'm only a few chapters in, but I'm very much enjoying it. Good morning, it's Wednesday. I finished Soul Circuit last night by staying up till 1:30 in the morning to do so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not a novella, but nobody can prove me wrong, so I'm still gonna count it. I ended up really enjoying it. It felt like all of the loose ends were really tied up at the end, which also made it feel like it dragged on a little bit, so it was paradoxical in that aspect, but I ended up really enjoying it overall. It was such an action-adventure story, and it was such a wild ride. I highly suggest it. It's actually available for free from the author's website, which is where I got it, and I just found it by literally looking up cyberpunk novellas with queer characters or something like that, and it popped up, and I was like, sure, whatever this is, it's free, even better. And yeah, I very much ended up enjoying it. Also, I just wanted to give you an update on the snow situation because I'm sure I mentioned it at some point, and if I didn't, whoops. We don't usually get snow here, but this is what it looks like outside this window right now. So it still looks lovely, but it is melting a little bit, so we'll see what happens. This morning I am going to start another book because I still have 5 to go, and I think I'm going to start The Ship We Built. Good. I finished The Ship We Built. I very much enjoyed it, and now before I fall asleep I'm going to start one more book tonight. Good morning, it's Thursday. I'm just starting to get ready to go to work, sit down and do some work. But I wanted to update you. Last night I read about 44 pages of Cobalt Blue. I think I'm going to enjoy the overall plot. I don't know if I really love the writing style, but we'll see how that goes. It's also split into 2 perspectives, one of a brother and one of a sister. And from the little bit I read in the synopsis in my TBR video, I kind of figured that we're going to see everything from his perspective and then everything from her perspective, and then maybe figure it out from there. I don't know though, I'm only 44 pages in. I'm also about halfway through Where We Go From Here, also very much enjoying it. I'm so glad this is the group read because it's such a powerful book about HIV, and I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot, which is fantastic. After that, the only books I have left to read are Huntress and Dahlia Green Doesn't Care, and I think I might actually be able to finish my TBR. I'm also still reading Check Please on the web. I have no idea how much is left though because I'm reading it online and it doesn't tell you like 12 episodes left or whatever, so looking forward to all of this. I was incorrect in my assumption. It turns out that the sisters part of the book is after the events of the brothers part of the book. Just figured I'd update you. I finished Cobalt Blue. I can't really say that I understood why it exists. No, that always seems weird. Like, I don't understand the point of the story. It's written in a way that's very meandering, and it's from 2 different perspectives. One is first person, one is diary entries, and it's 2 people that are siblings, but nobody really talks to each other. You don't even really get to know the person that they both fell in love with. I have a feeling that when I watched the movie, because apparently it was just adapted by the same author who is a director, I might understand a little bit more, but overall I'm like, this just wasn't for me. I'm gonna try to watch it, if not this week, then next week, and then maybe I'll have a better understanding of the story. It's not a bad story, it's not badly written, it's just not for me. This means that I have 2 books left and then 20% of my audiobook left. Still have Huntress as well as Dahlia Green Doesn't Care. I'm gonna go for Huntress first because if I don't finish Dahlia Green Doesn't Care, I think I can cover all the squares that it would cover with other things. Also, the 80% mark of Where We Go From Here, I really want to punch a character, but I don't want to tell you who that character is and what they did because spoilers. This map is gorgeous. Hello, it's Friday. Last night I read about 9 chapters and then I went to bed at a decent time instead of this staying up until 1:30 in the morning thing I've been doing a few nights. So I'm gonna read a little bit more before I do work, and then yeah, hopefully I finish this book today, and then I just have 1 book to finish tomorrow. I also want to finish my audiobook, which I'll probably do while I'm having lunch. We'll see, are you keeping me company while I read? I made it to the end of Check Please and it made me want to cry, and it also made me want baked goods. I love it so much. I have less than 100 pages left in this book and I'm enjoying it, but I'm really flagging. Like, my eyes just don't want to be reading anymore. This is what happens when you read too many books weekly. And with that, I have technically filled out the entire bingo board. I still have Dahlia Green Doesn't Care left to read. I will probably read it tomorrow, but I'm leaving myself the option to not read if my eyes don't want to tomorrow. Either way, I'm very excited for that book, so I'll probably end up reading it, but I want to give myself some grace here. Good morning, it's Saturday. I couldn't sleep very well last night, so at about 5:20 this morning I rolled out of bed. I read the first 2 chapters of Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and I'm really loving it so far. I then went back to sleep and then have just been laying in bed reading, and I think I'm about to start chapter 8 now. Very much enjoying it, seeing these 2 different perspectives, these 2 different queer women from the small town, their different perspectives on things that happen in their youth. So very much enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today. I'm going to try to finish it today, but I also know that I'm in a lot of pain and I didn't sleep very well, so we'll see how it goes. But my intention is to finish because I am loving it, as opposed to finish because I have to, because the Queer Lit Readathon is ending, because I've already fulfilled all the prompts, so what do I care? Hello, with 3 minutes to spare, I finished my 10th book of the readathon. I am gonna go to sleep now, but I will wrap this up in the morning and do an outro then. And hello, it's Sunday morning, and I did the thing. Thank you so much for joining us for the last round of the Queer Lit Readathon of this year. I've actually already posted the dates for all of 2022. That is a weird thing to say. It does not feel like it should be 2022 because time means nothing anymore. In any case, I posted all those dates on Twitter and Instagram, but I will maybe also make a video and post that later this week just with all of the dates for next year. How was your Queer Lit Readathon? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Coffee account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that is down below, as well as the link to my PayPal and my Amazon wishlist in case you would like to buy me a book. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!